Hello, my ladies and gents, and all are them their friends. Today on the vlog, come with me as I go to the emergency room after a month and a half of being sick. You're watching the vlog that's about living my life with chronic illness. You're watching Lady Life. So a chronic cold is not the same thing as chronic illness. They're two different things. However, I am chronically ill. I am also diabetic with hypertension. My disability is from spinal cord and spinal injury due to military service, which ended up activating a family history of connective tissue disease. So I have been diagnosed with undifferentiated connective tissue disease because they don't know if it's lupus. It comes up like looking like MS because, again, the damage, you could call it, to my spine, it causes a whole lot of issues. But anyway, we have been sick since before Christmas. I think like Christmas Eve I woke up and I'm like, oh, I don't feel well. And we've had days where feeling better and like we're going to be okay, and then all of a sudden all the way back in. And my son has actually been out of school for 2 weeks, both because of a snowstorm and then on top of that a cold that he had before the snowstorm even started. So it's just been a lot. And this morning I woke up. I've had a problem like 2 nights ago. I went to like kind of like you have pressure in your ears. I went to go try to clear that, and just not thinking about it, try to clear it. I felt a pop. It was painful, and then all of a sudden it sounded like I had water in my ear. Talked to my husband because I'm like, I feel like I blew my eardrum, and it's been painful for the last couple days. And I took ibuprofen because, again, we're sick, and I'm like, I can kind of hear something in it, and I'm like, let me see what happens. I also know from, actually, believe it or not, from watching AGT that there was another girl with mixed connective tissue disease. She also got sick and lost hearing in both her ears. And this morning when I woke up, the hearing had significantly decreased. I have numbness throughout here in my face. My jaw hurts all the way through to my teeth. And like the hearing had just decreased so much. And so I'm sitting here. I haven't been wanting to go to the hospital because I just don't want to. I've gotten a 2-month break from my medical appointments and it's been heaven. But my body never gives me more than 3 months without medical attention. So here I am, due to a cold, of all things, having to go to the ER because I can hear like scraping, but I can't hear out of this ear at all. And like I said, I it's not just pressure pain, but a numbness as you get closer to the ear. So I'm like, I probably should go to see someone. We were thinking urgent care, but when you look at urgent care and ER, if you're at risk of losing vision or hearing or limb, they would send you to the ER. So that's where we're going to head now, is Fayetteville ER. And again, normally I wouldn't take it this serious, except I also know my diagnoses, which connective tissue disease is not one you mess with. Usually when you have losses there, sometimes you get really lucky and gain things back. Other times you lose altogether, and really what it comes down to is how quickly you sought medical attention for the things that were going wrong. We're going to head out because I realize my body has reached the point where I can't wait and see anymore. I need to go and seek medical attention like right now. Okay, it's a little bit noisy here. There's obviously construction going on. There's always construction going on. But I have a little bit more feeling back. When we left the house, I've also been hearing a lot of popping and whatnot. The VA, primary care, and other care specialists will tell you to go into the ER because they cannot see you guaranteed within a 48-hour period unless you've been to the ER. This is not something I have known until recently. So I would go into the ER and then the ER would be like, why are you here? And I was like, my primary care told me to come in here. And again, it's really so the primary care can actually make an appointment, because there's like appointments that are held just for patients who have been seen by the ER because they must see us within a 48-hour period. This is not one of those like dire emergencies that I feel like I need to be seen in my local town, like in the ER that's only 5 minutes away. So we have driven all the way down to Fayetteville to be seen by their ER because there is a chance or possibility of loss of hearing. So if you're at risk of losing your sight, your hearing, a limb, or life, that is when you're supposed to go into the ER. And that's truly like acute cases of that. And that's what the ER is for. Everything else falls under the purview of urgent care, which I almost went into today, but because the hearing is just getting so much worse and like the swelling, there's like a lot of things where I'm like, I need to be seen by the ER because I know I'm going to need to be seen by primary care. Hopefully the ER can stop anything that would be permanent damage, and then I can get in to see primary care much sooner. And I'm going through the VA itself, so hopefully I'm less of a burden on the system, because you know, people can tell you all like, don't worry, come in, we're here for, but you still feel like a burden. Like, it's just part of that radical acceptance that I have come to know over 20 years. But anyway, Brad's gotten baby girl out of the car, and it's time to go because it is actually very cold outside, and I need to get up there. So that wasn't so bad. What was it? From start to finish, got here at like 10 something. I have
about an hour and a half.
Yeah, I have it on here. Like they went from like 17 minutes though when we first arrived to like 35 minutes by the time I came out of triage. So it's a very busy day. Anyway, I look like death warmed over. It's so weird. So she took one look in my ear and she's like, oh yeah, you're in pain because it's so inflamed. And I explained to her, I was like, I have the undifferentiated connective tissue, and with my particular connective tissue disease, I will get bouts of inflammation that are like way over the top, like way over the top. They're like times 10 for whatever reason. My body beyond overreacts, and it can get dangerous sometimes. Like, I've had them hit my brain, I've had them hit my lungs. And this one, I do have an infection in the ear, and I have it hitting my ear, and that is the problem. But it wasn't that, I mean, it was busier. Like, we've actually never quite seen the VA this busy at the ER today. And like I said, we walked in there, it was like 17 minutes average wait time, and then I came out of triage, it was like 35. So it was kind of like feast or famine. It's how like an ER period, whether it's the VA or not, works. It seems to work. Like, one person comes in and like we all come in. Of course, it's what I thought. Please follow up with your primary care in the next, by Monday, because it's Wednesday. So technically I could try and get in by Friday, but considering all things, they're like probably by Monday, because I am basically being put on a round of antibiotics. Apparently I waited like 2 days too long to come in, but again, emergency room over urgent care. That was the decision today, because I realized I was doing worse off, and they saw me quite quickly. Because again, if you run the risk of losing sight, hearing, or limb, or life, those are the 4 reasons you head into the ER. Okay, we made it home. I honestly have not felt this sick in I don't know how long, but it's like so bad, and my ear feels worse, and I have to eat in order to take my meds, and all I want to do right now is get ill. So I'm back in bed. I have no idea if I'm going to even be able to close out this vlog. I just know if I don't sleep right now, which is really bad because I also need to eat. Like, I just freaking diabetic. And the not fun that is juggling all the chronic illness issues I have on top of just being like sick. So yeah, I'm not doing good. Like, I'm not doing good. I'm just not doing good, and I don't know what to do. We picked up some pho broth, so hopefully I could get some
liquid at least on my stomach, so I could take the start of my antibiotics, because at this point, I need relief. And I'm pretty sure what's making me so nauseous is probably the Tylenol that they gave me, the prescription strength Tylenol that they gave me, because I haven't needed anything since last August, and my brain just totally skipped on the fact that if I take any type of like prescription strength pain reliever, that the nausea is so bad. Like, I have to take Xantatron or Zofran basically in order to take meds like that, or I will get like, oh, just sick. I'll spare you the details, but basically I'll get really, really, really like volcanically sick. So that's where I'm at right now. What do you want, kitty, 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 kitty? This cat. This cat. I do feel so sick, but my husband just brought me my pho, and I'm very, very grateful. Well, that was an incredibly eventful day. Pretty much I got home, got really sick. I'm more than fairly sure they gave me codeine, and that's why I was so, like, I need down right now. I'm going to be sick. But it's the night time. You can hear my husband. I actually woke up only a couple hours ago to severe pain in my ear. Just, it's been a hard day. Anyway, my apologies. We're having some technical difficulties. I'm literally in here trying to close this out. My eldest comes to me and asks me if he can have my Outshine popsicles, because I've been living off of those things right now. They have the no sugar added kind, and they're really low in carbs, and they actually make a very good diabetic dessert. But anyway, I wanted to at least hop on here, say hi to you guys. Again, there's reasons we haven't been around. We will find our pacing in this chronic illness life, and you guys can be around to watch it. Speaking of which, if you haven't yet, please consider hitting the subscribe button and the notification bell. It'll let us know that you like what we do. And hopefully we'll be able to say hi to you and see you around more if you comment below. Anyway, we want to thank you guys so much for watching. We hope you're having a beautiful morning, a wonderful evening, a blessed afternoon, whenever our vlog should find you. And please do come back and keep watching, if only to see this guy, Sammy. Anyway, we'll talk to you guys later.